Guys, welcome to Harry's Harry News, the only fake news source out there, and that's a fact. And that's the only fact you're gonna hear all day, other than the fact that, guys, I am defeated. I had 2 bad weeks in a row. It's over. It's over for me. Just call it. Call the season. We don't need to play the last 4 weeks. We don't have to do the last 4 weeks. I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. Guys, last week didn't go so well. I think it was actually my worst week yet. I didn't like it. It was no good. No bueno. I think a lot of teams failed me, and it actually wasn't my fault, is what I'd like to believe. But let's take a look at what we're talking about. Like, you don't even know. Let's take a look here. My record stands at a whopping 127 to 80 losses. I've almost fallen out of the top 300,000. I'm barely out of the top 80 percentile, which last week we were at 81.2, hoping to get up further, but we actually dropped down. It wasn't good. Let's take a look here, guys. Week 14, I went 6 for 8. Only got 6 games right. That's worse than a coin. That's worse than a coin, really. Yeah, so I had the Cowboys beating the Lions. That did not happen. I had the Browns beating the Titans. That didn't happen. Buccaneers lost to the Saints. That was crazy. I was kind of holding out hope for the Colts, but this one makes a little bit more sense. I didn't get that one. This one was also kind of a sneak play here I was trying to go for. And then I didn't know that JJ McCarthy would remember how to play football this week. I was betting on it would be at least another week before he remembered how to play football. So I don't want to take the loss there, but I guess I have to hold the L. This game the Ravens are salty about, so I'll let them convey that. They think they should have won that one, but also 82% people. I was in the big boat here that sank, all right? We're all in the Titanic, packed in closely, and we all sank and drowned here, not picking the Steelers. So that was a mistake. Other than that, the rest of the week looked pretty good, other than the Eagles-Chargers game, but can I say I'm even upset that I got that pick wrong? Like, it's kind of funny. Jalen Hurts got outplayed by James P. Sullivan. He picked him off like 3 times, sacked him twice. It was hilarious. Good game by Sully, honestly, so glad to see that there. And my coin really didn't do much better than me this week, guys. Mr. Lincoln now stands at 98 wins for 77 losses. Looks like we're going to get to that big 100 this week. Remember, we didn't start this till week 3, so he is 2 weeks behind, technically. He's almost in the top 500,000. He's just barely out there. He's in the top 65.5%, but we're climbing here. And it's good for a coin, honestly. I'd like to say it's good for a coin. So let's take a look here. In week 14, my little buddy went 6 for 8, so I actually thought he did better than me. We did the same. We tied. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, he's just a coin, so he's picking either or. Probably the best pick my coin did was the Chargers, picking them to win over the Eagles. So good job, Mr. Lincoln there. Hopefully this is our get back week. You know, we had one to set us backwards, but now this is where we set forward in triumph. Luckily, we didn't get outpaced by our opponents, our main opponents, our 2 evil nemesises in this story arc that I've been presenting this entire season. That is Kyle and Pete. Look how bad Kyle did, all right? Let me remind you, we figured this out 2 weeks ago. They're actually picking against the spread, not the money line. But Kyle had kind of a rough week here. He went 4 for 11. That was rough. He technically went 4 for 10 because of the best bets. And Pete either went 7 for 7 or he went 6 for 8. I don't know exactly which one, but he didn't have really a winning record. So they're not gaining any ground on me in my coins, so that at least makes me feel better. And I want to look at our accuracy now. So let's take a look at our accuracy. We got all our records here. Subtracting Kyle and Pete's best bets because my coin and I don't do them, so it wouldn't be fair to count them for Kyle and Pete, especially because Kyle's weighs him down even more. But his accuracy, Kyle's accuracy, is 108 for 207. He has the lowest accuracy of the all 4 of us. He's barely above the 500 mark. He's like 1 win ahead of being 50% accurate, which is kind of funny. I love it a lot. It's embarrassing he calls himself an expert and he can't even pick the spread. He can barely pick the spread more than half the time. Weird. And then in 3rd place currently we have Pete, who is actually 8 games ahead of Kyle after you take away their best bets, which gives him a little bit better accuracy. He's up to 52% accurate. That gives him a little bit of leeway, a little bit of adjustment to have more wrong games than right and be above 50% accurate, but it's still so funny. Guys, why are we listening to these guys? They don't know what they're talking about. On the other hand, let's take a look at 2nd place, which is my coin. My coin's gonna have slightly less games than all 3 of us because he only started picking entering week 3. He has 98 wins out of his 175, which leaves him with a 56% accuracy. He's 4 points above 3rd place, which reminds you is Pete with 52%. So Pete's getting beaten by 4 points by a coin, and Kyle's getting beat 6 points by a coin. Super silly. And then yours truly, Guys, not to brag, not to boast, yours truly, who's been in first place this entire time, has never lost it since the beginning. We have me with 61% accuracy. Guys, I think we're at 62. We were a little bit higher. So we've fallen in accuracy, but we're still way comfortably above Kyle and Pete. We're 9 points above Pete and 11 points above Kyle. Sitting comfortably here on our throne. We're even ahead by 5 points over the coin. So we're feeling good entering the last 4 weeks of the season, at least accuracy wise. I would like to see myself jump up more in the rankings here. I want to get a higher percentage here. I want to outrank a lot more people than I currently am. So we got to make these last 4 weeks count. And guys, FanDuel's done. I can't find it. FanDuel's done posting power rankings. We scared them out of it. I think it was my criticism that did that, not all the comments, but they just kept getting flamed and roasted for every single time they tried doing the power rankings. So I found Fox's. We're really not against Fox Sports. We're only against FanDuel, who sponsors Tweedledee and Tweedledum in their picks. So FanDuel, we're against you. We know we've scared you out of doing your power rankings. So Fox Sports, let's take a look at yours real quick. Why not? So number 1, you have the Patriots. That's fine. I think I prefer the Rams. I think you have the Rams down at 4. I think they hop the Broncos easily. I think even the Seahawks, I mean, they've beaten the Seahawks head to head. So I think they should be number 2. I know they lost to the Panthers, but still. Seahawks struggled against the Falcons in the first half. And then the Broncos still aren't doing anything super impressive. Like, they're winning games. They should be in the top 5. I think Rams hop Broncos here. Packers, I like them at number 5. Bears, I think it's fine to have them at number 6. Then you got the Bills, the 49ers, Jaguars. I think this all looks good. I think everyone's starting to figure out where everyone gets placed. The Eagles are all the way down here, which is funny. They rank below the Chargers after the Chargers beat them. That makes sense. Then you got Texans, Panthers, and then the Colts. I think you might even want to put Steelers above the Colts. The Colts are in free fall right now. They have Phillip Rivers. I don't think the Colts should be up here anymore. Did I pass the Ravens? Are the Ravens not here yet? I think the Ravens need to be higher than wherever they are. They're down at 21? Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know about the Ravens being down at 21. I think they hop the Chiefs at least, maybe even the Buccaneers. And then the rest, who really cares about the rest? Am I right? These guys are nobodies. All right, guys, enough of making fun of everyone. It's time to make fun of myself again. It's time to make the week 15 picks. Let's have a better week than we did the last 2 weeks. I'm scared, actually. I don't want to have 3 bad weeks. That sounds terrible, but we got to do something. Better to pick than to not to pick, right? First off, we got Buccaneers versus Falcons. Oh my gosh. I think I picked the Buccaneers here, but they lost to the Saints. I don't think I'm like heavily confident in that. The Falcons seem worse, so let's just pick Buccaneers here. Same with the Bears. Bears seem better than the Browns. A lot better than the Browns, honestly. Bears feel good. They're a confident choice. Ravens versus Bengals, though. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I'm kind of on the hype train of the Bengals somehow winning out the rest of their games and trying to find a playoff spot. I kind of want the Bengals here. I want to go with Bengals, get cheeky with it. So we're going to put Bengals down. Then you got Chiefs versus Chargers. Justin Herbert's a dog, dude, for hanging in there, but is his injuries going to catch up with him? Or is he going to be a better player now? That's a good question. I think I'm going to go with Chiefs because the Chiefs are at home. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel confident on this one. This one is pretty split pick. I'm going to go Chiefs here, I guess. That feels best. And then you got Bills versus Patriots. Ooh, do I believe in the Drake May to continue? Do I believe in that? Maybe. Maybe I do. What if I do? What are you going to do if I do? This one's also a hard picking. Patriots are at home. They beat the Bills last time, but the Bills will want to come back and beat them. Oh, let's go Patriots here. Let's get crazy with it. Then you got Giants versus Commanders. Oh my gosh. I think Giants. That's a bad matchup. I don't want to see that. Then you got Eagles versus Raiders. I'm putting Eagles down. They finally get an easy one. The Eagles get an easy bailout win to break their losing streak. So Eagles are going to win that. Then you have Jets versus Jacksonville. Do I need to say anything here? Texans versus Cardinals. Texans, yeah. Do I need to say anything here? Broncos versus Packers. Broncos are at home. They've been winning. They're on their win streak. The Packers looked very good, and they have a lot of offensive assets now. I want to go Broncos here. I am leaning towards Broncos, but here's my thing. Quite a bit less people are picking the Packers to win. If I want to move up in the ranks, I can't go with the herd. And I know I'm saying that as a Packers fan, like picking the Packers to beat the Broncos, but I think I need to make some choices here that aren't the favorite. I don't know. I got to make plays here. But also, if the Broncos win, then 61% people are getting a win over me. So I somehow talked myself out of it. I'm going Broncos here. I'm going Broncos. Lions versus Rams. Ooh, this could be another one where if I go with, like, I think the Rams are winning this, but if I go with the Lions, guys, I haven't picked a single upset. What if I picked, can I pick 2 upsets? I don't know if I can pick 2 upsets. I think I'm gonna fall way more in the range if I pick 2 upsets. I gotta pick one out of these 2. Okay. I think I'm gonna go, you know, I have a lot of accuracy to play around with. Let's go with 2 upsets because I feel like at least one of these will upset and I don't want to pick the wrong one. So I want to go with both of them, cover my bases here. This might help me in the long run. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe both home teams are gonna win here. Then you got Panthers versus Saints. I think the Panthers win that, really. Saints have like had some crazy wins here and there, but Panthers take that. Same with 49ers taking Titans here. And then Colts versus Seattle. Oh, I'm so sorry, Colts, but you're in free fall right now. The Seattle Seahawks just know what they're doing. Then you got Cowboys versus Vikings. Interesting. I picked Cowboys. Here. Then Steelers versus Dolphins. Interesting. What if I go Dolphins? Ooh, I might go Dolphins here. I'm going for upsets this week. Maybe this is going to mean I'm going to have a really bad week again. Maybe this is why I've been having bad weeks. But I gotta go for something, right? Shoot for the stars, right? We gotta shoot for the stars here. And they're gonna score 45 points on Monday Night Football. Man, this has been one of the hardest weeks to pick because I'm really unsure with myself. My confidence has deflated, okay? But that was my picks. Now it's time for your favorite part of the video, the coin. Mr. Lincoln, what are your picks gonna be? As always, home team is going to be heads. Away team is going to be tails. All right. So let's see what Abe Lincoln has in store for us today. Our first pick for Thursday Night Football is going to be towards the Buccaneers. I like that choice. Lincoln with a strong start. Then we're going to go tails. We're going to do Browns over Bears. Okay. I don't like that, though. And then we're going tails again. We're going to have Ravens over Bengals. Okay, I think we're getting into the area of all these games where I'm like, okay, it's kind of a coin toss. So I'm going to let the coin just choose. I'm going to let him navigate his way through this minefield, honestly. He's going heads. He's picking Chiefs over Chargers. Next, we're going to go tails. We're picking Bills over Patriots. Okay. I like him. I can't complain. I think this is like either or. I think these are all coin flips, which hopefully Lincoln excels at. He's going Commanders here for his tails. Okay, over the Giants, maybe. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Tails again. We're picking Raiders over Eagles. Okay, that one, I don't think that's as much of a coin flip, Mr. Lincoln. You're pushing your luck here, mister. Heads, though, Jaguars over Jets. There you go. You've made up for that poor choice. Tails, we're going Cardinals over Texans. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing again? We're going heads. Going Broncos over Packers. Going for the safer bet here. Maybe. I mean, technically, the Broncos don't have the odds to win. At least what Vegas says. Going tails, though, here. Going for the upset with the Lions over the Rams. Hey, I did the same thing here. Coin. I think you and me know a little something about that Lions-Rams game. We're going heads, though, with Saints. I don't think you know anything about that game. I don't think you're cooking here. Heads, though, 49ers. We're back and forth. We're back and forth with good picks and bad picks. I love it. Heads, Seahawks. Those are 2 safe picks. I think those are 2 secured wins for you. Then we're going tails. We're going Vikings over Cowboys. Not the worst. Not impossible. And finally, let's bring it home with Monday Night Football. You're going to go Steelers. I went Dolphins. Your pick makes more sense than mine, but let's give you a little 69 for how many points these 2 teams are going to score combined on Monday night. And guys, that's going to be it. Like I've been saying, I'm getting scared. I don't know what's going on. I'm losing faith in myself. And really, I got to build up that confidence. So hopefully my crazy picks this week play out in my favor. We'll go over them next week. And maybe you watch this on Sunday and you're laughing at my crazy ass picks as they turn out poorly for me. Which, hope you're enjoying your Sunday then. But that's going to be it for me. Hope you have a good rest of your day, whichever day you're watching this on. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.